This Civic Media podcast is sponsored by UW Organ and Tissue Donation. Organ donations are desperately needed, and now is the right time to become an organ donor. Talk to your family. Get the dot. Save lives. Go to heroicdeed.com.
This is your WMDX Daily News Roundup for Mad Radio 92.7 FM and 1580 AM in Madison.
For 92.7 WMDX News, I'm Savannah Tomei Olson. It is so cold, it hurts today. We have an extreme cold warning for most of Wisconsin. Experts at the National Weather Service forecast wind chills of 35 below zero today. You can get frostbite in under 10 minutes when it's this cold. Frostbite is when skin and deeper tissues freeze. People are also at risk of hypothermia in this kind of weather. That's when our entire systems can't keep up with the cold and start to shut down if they can't get warm again. Many districts have chosen to call off school. That includes the Madison Metropolitan School District. So kids' 3-day weekend has now turned into a 4-day weekend. Now, at higher risk in these kinds of temperatures are kids, the elderly, and pets. So keep an extra eye on them. If you have to be outside, make it short as possible. Bundle up, wear lots of layers, and cover as much skin as you possibly can. If your hands are really cold when you come inside, remember, do not start with hot water on them. If you're trying to warm them up, some warm water is the best option. Bundle up and wear lots of layers. If you have to brave the cold today, bundle up, wear tons of layers, and cover as much skin as you possibly can. Madison crews are modifying their trash pickup schedules today. They won't be using their rear-loading trucks to keep staff out of the cold. For some residents, that's now a 2-day delay because Monday was a federal holiday. So if your garbage is usually picked up Monday or Tuesday, have your trash cans out there. But if they're not emptied today, just keep them out till tomorrow. And one person was taken to the hospital after a car fire in an underground Monona parking garage. It happened yesterday afternoon. Monona fire crews spent hours trying to put the fire out, but it was in such a tough spot. Eventually, they were able to get the flames to stop. Firefighters are still trying to figure out exactly what caused the fire, but they know it began with one car and ended up damaging another. One person was hurt, but they're expected to be okay. Wisconsin Democrats are rolling out their Lowering Costs, Improving Lives package of bills. Lisa Hale has the story.
Wisconsin Democrats presented the Lowering Cost, Improving Lives package of 3 bills last week to lower the cost of housing, groceries, and prescription drugs for Wisconsinites. One of the bills is the Healthy School Meals for All, which would provide free breakfast and lunch for all students in public schools. State Representative Ahmad Rivera-Wagner of Green Bay supports the bill and said it makes fiscal sense.
That every kid would be able to get breakfast and lunch, and that we would actually save money because the cost of administering a program and collecting fees actually cost us dollars. So It's actually government efficiency to actually provide a non-mean tested free access to meals.
Rivera-Wagner made his comments on Civic Media's Rational Revolution with Mark Becker. Find it at civicmedia.us.
And a sweet tribute to Bob Uecker this week. Here's Stuart J. Waddles.
The front row might be a good place to sit in remembrance of Bob Uecker, the iconic voice of the Milwaukee Brewers for over 5 decades. Marcus Theaters across Wisconsin will be showing Major League Friday. The screening pays tribute to Uecker's performance in the 1989 comedy, which also starred Charlie Sheen. A partial donation of ticket sales will go to the Milwaukee Brewers Foundation. The memorial outside the ballpark continues to grow. There's no word yet about a Uecker memorial service.
If you'd like to go, the Marcus Theater here in Madison is on the west side. It's Point Cinema on Big Sky Drive. Please stay warm and please stay safe today. I'm Savannah Tomei Olson, 92.7 WMDX News.
The Bucks at midseason. Hi, I'm Mike Clemens with Sports. NBA, the Bucks are at the halfway point of the regular season. 41 games completed, 41 to go. The Bucks are 24-17 so far, thanks to having just won 4 in a row at home. And they're in 4th place in the Eastern Conference, behind Cleveland, Boston, and New York. Bucks forward Chris Middleton.
Yeah, with an up and down season that we've had so far, I think we'll take it, knowing that, we could be better in a lot of different areas. There's a lot of games I think we dropped that we thought we should have won. But to be 7 having games over 500 with, all the highs and lows. I think we'll take it right now. Hopefully, we keep getting those wins up and getting a higher win percentage.
The Bucks on the road tomorrow night in New Orleans against the Pelicans. Tip-off time 7 o'clock. NFL, the Chicago Bears have a new head coach, 38-year-old Ben Johnson, the offensive coordinator of the Detroit Lions. And the Ohio State Buckeyes, the new national champions of college football, after beating Notre Dame 34-23. With sports, I'm Mike Clemens.
On your entertainment beat, I'm Pete Schwaba. Like it or not, Hollywood, the AI can has been opened and looks like it is here to stay. The editor for the film The Brutalist says I was used to nail the Hungarian accent for actors Adrian Brody and Felicity Jones. Editor David Jansko says Hungarian is one of the hardest accents or dialects to perfect, and says by the end of post-production, even native Hungarians wouldn't know the difference. The filmmaker says they were careful not to affect the actors' performances. I guess that makes us feel a little better? Awards season is heating up, even for the lesser-known award events. Saudi Arabia's Joy Awards took place over the weekend and had some serious star power in attendance. Morgan Freeman was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award, which was presented by Anthony Hopkins. Matthew McConaughey was given the award for Best Personality, which is really impressive given that he makes the absolute worst commercials. Well, it's a slow holiday weekend at the box office when a movie that was released 5 weeks ago is number 1. Mufasa, The Lion King, has been ranked 1 or 2 since its release on December 20th. And this past weekend, the film brought in almost $12,000 to lead the way at the domestic box office. Mufasa barely edged out the number 2 film over the weekend, Sony Pictures' One of Them Days, which reviewed incredibly well and brought in $11.6 million last weekend. The comedy about 2 girls trying to make rent, starring Keke Palmer and SZA, is a surprise hit. Wolfman finished in 3rd place in its opening weekend with just under $11 million and mediocre reviews. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 actually moved up a spot from number 5 last week to finish in 4th with about $8.5 million. And it was Den of Thieves 2, which opened at number 1 last week, but had a huge drop-off and finished with about $6.5 million. Comedian Dave Chappelle has made a living being funny and controversial, which is tough to do. On last weekend's Saturday Night Live, the comedian said he was tired of being controversial. During his 4th time hosting the show, Chappelle wished new President Trump good luck, joked about the LA fires, and at one point said he was never invited to a Diddy party, adding that is a hard way to find out you're ugly. He might be tired of being controversial, but it will be interesting to see if he can avoid those urges over the next 4 years. Awards season is heating up, even for the lesser-known award events. Saudi Arabia's Joy Awards took place over the weekend and had some serious star power in attendance. Morgan Freeman was honored with a Lifetime Achievement Award, which was presented by Anthony Hopkins. Matthew McConaughey was given the award for Best Personality, which is really impressive given that he makes the absolute worst commercials. For more showbiz fun, tune in to Nightlight with me, Pete Schwaba, weeknights from 6 to 8 p.m. on the Civic Media Radio Network.
It is bitterly cold again this morning, but we are going to eventually warm things up. We'll hang right around or a little below zero here most of the day today with sunshine. Tonight, some light snow after midnight, but temperatures will climb tomorrow, off and on light snow showers with a high of 24. I'm meteorologist Sean Cable. Temperature now 12 below.
That's your WMDX Daily News Roundup from Civic Media. Subscribe to this podcast on Spotify, Apple, or wherever you find your podcasts. Find more news at mad.radio. The national news cycle never stops, but it can be hard to find news about your local community. Civic Media is dedicated to providing quality local and state news coverage across Wisconsin. With the Civic Media app, you can get notifications about local stories that matter to you and your community. Find the free Civic Media app in your phone's app store and choose notifications from the menu to tell us what kind of news you want to hear about.